Hello guys, today we will be reviewing the movie 12 Strong. 12 Strong is a movie about the aftermath of 9/11 and the first troops sent into, not Iraq, Afghanistan, which Osama bin Laden was hiding. Unless the internet won't load, but it is a pretty decent movie. It's not horrible, it's not the greatest movie, but of course the critics gave this movie 52%. Of course they did. And 63% of people liked it, which is the same as the IMDb reviews. So the reviews for this are is above mixed. It's slightly positive, but we will be starting to review ourselves. There's a lot of other of these types of movies. 12 Strong is based off a real story. I like watching these war movies. I like these, but of course some people said this movie was awful, saying how there was the numbers and lack of hindsight of the war in Afghanistan. The plot is Miss Nielsen, U.S. Army captain, moving into a home with his wife on September 11th, 2001, 9/11, the day of 9/11, after receiving an assignment to staff duty of the LCT Bowers. As the news of devastating terrorist attack that day, Nelson volunteers to lead 595 in Afghanistan. The guy says no. Previously scheduled to retire, persuades Bowers to give Nielsen the command of 595 again, as well as volunteering himself for deployment. After leaving the families, 595 travels to Uzbekistan, which is close to Afghanistan. After being briefed of the thing and a pact to fight alongside Northern Alliance via Abu Rasid Dastam, which have already been fighting wars against the Taliban. So the 959 is installed recovery in the Afghanistan aboard MH-407 Chinook flown by 164 Soros plane on the south of Mazar al-Sharif, the country's fourth largest city, and a long-time stronghold of the Taliban, where they met Dostum. 6 of the 12 members, led by Nielsen, leave Dostum to the mountain, while the other guys make a camp nicknamed the Alamo. Attempting to capture the northern Afghanistan city, the Taliban people kill people under Sharia law, which this movie shows the brutality of Islamist ideology and Islamist ideals. It's not only here, it's also in Saudi. This happens in Saudi Arabia, Iran, and several other countries as well, in the Arab world and the Muslim world as well. The greater Muslim world as well, but they attack. They accuse Dostum of acting carelessly of his wife and his men, and withholding of valuable information. Dostum retorts he still feels that Nelson and the U.S. are not willing to pay potential price of this conflict, and tells Nelson he needs to use his heart and his mind to be a warrior instead of a soldier. Two eventually reconcile, and they continue to work together and win battles, and that another older 555 has been dispatched to support Atta Muhammad, another Northern Alliance leader, who is Dostum's political rival. When Nielsen is forced to tell Dostum, he gets angry and they abandon him. So they go alone and attack. They do a good job. For a while, Spencer is critically injured by a suicide bomber, and the team is about to be overrun, but the other guy is finally alive, and they beat the Islamists, and the heroes win, and they ultimately survive. Spencer ultimately survives, and all 12 soldiers return home of almost continuous fighting in Afghanistan. They sold a horse soldier statue in New York City based off the soldiers of Order 595 and the victory at the early stages in response to the 9/11 attacks. The film then ends with a photo of actual members of the Order 595 in combat fatigues upon the 12 Strong who was based. This movie was pretty great. I give it a 7 out of 10. The story is good. I like these war movies because they show what actually happened. They try to show what actually happened in these wars. Of course, this movie didn't make that much money worldwide because it's a movie about American wars, not about British wars or French wars or other wars. It also was being competing with Den of Thieves and Forever My Go, as Den of Thieves is getting a sequel. Was made by SDX Films. Den of Thieves is actually getting a sequel, and but we're not talking about Den of Thieves. Trevor Strong had really great special effects that drove for a low budget film, which the budget was only $40 million, and the special effects and the graphics are pretty good for this film. So it's proof that you don't need to have $100+ million budget to have good looking graphics like Deadpool, the Maze Runner series, and Trevor Strong. Which is proof that Disney should not be spending $200 million on the freaking animated. Oh, okay, I'm done with that. The movie did well, and it's proof that people like these war movies. And the reason why Benghazi flopped was because it's not really a movie that people really want to see. And outside of America, these war movies don't do well out of America. They don't. Especially when we release them in January, these January war movies. So overall, 12 Strong is a great film with some things holding it back, like some plot sections of the movie. But overall, it's a 7 out of 10 film. It's not perfect. It's a most films I watch are kind of 7 out of 10 films to me. They're not bad films, but the build-up was decent, and you actually feel for these guys who are in this endless conflict and attacks. And basically, goodbye.